Hey guys, what's up? It's Spartan Milsim, and today I'm going to bring you another review. I don't often do reviews, but I just bought this gun and I see that there's not very many videos on YouTube about it, so I thought I'd give a 4 or 5 minute video on it. You guys, probably most of you have already guessed what it is, but it's the Bell M45A1 CQBP, which is the replica of the Colt M45A1. This 1911 was made specifically for like MARSOC, MEU, MFR, and Marine Special Forces, essentially. So it's like an enhancement on the MEU. In real life, this is an incredibly nice weapon with some vast performance improvements over the standard 1911, such as dual recoil springs and yada yada. I'm not going to go on about that. If you wanted to know more about the real one, you'd go to another video. So this is the case you receive it in, which is actually surprisingly nice considering the gun is only $85 from JK Army, which is where I bought it from. It took about 10 days exactly to get to me from the time it shipped, so I was actually pretty impressed with how quickly it got here and without hassle. And the ordering process from JK Army went really well. So they did very good on that. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Overall, it was like $109. I think shipping was 20 something. So the shipping actually makes up a pretty big piece of the cost considering it. So oh well. Like I was saying before, it actually comes with a really nice case, and it ships in this hard case in a plastic box. It even has these nice locks on it. So I was pretty pleased with that. And as you can see, I've already opened some stuff. I've already tinkered around with it so I can give you guys an honest review. But basically what you'll receive is the gun will be in 2 pieces, really nicely packaged, just a slide in the frame. In here you'll have a spare nozzle, and they give you some O-rings, so that's a really nice touch. Not a lot of companies do that, and also JK Army gave me a patch, so that's pretty cool. So really nice touches. I really liked ordering from them, and it came really well packaged, and everything about it was very well presented, which I think is the entire point of this gun, is just to be very well presented. Because honestly, on presentations, it's actually for $85, let me just get a closer up of here so you can see. For $85, you're actually getting pretty incredible attention to detail. As you can slightly see, if you look very closely, there's a difference in color between the slide and the frame, but it's pretty slight. So you only notice it if you're more picky. As you can see, the Picatinny rail is thicker as it is on the real one, and the kind of thing that I don't agree with what they do is they sell this with unique grips. So these are like the G10 grips that would be on the M45A1, and mine looks like they skinned a snake or something. So they're pretty strange looking grips. They're really nice looking. The real G10 grips are nice, but when you order this gun, you'll get like a random assortment, so it's supposed to be unique. So you'll get a different color grip than me, most likely. I mean, they look okay, so I'm not too upset about it. They're not like the most high quality finish. As you can see, you can kind of see some unfinished bits, but that's fine. So basically, the good things about this gun, after having some gripes about it, is that it's extremely realistic. The markings on it are incredibly nice. They're very accurate. On the other side, the chamber and the Colt government model is actually etched in to the slide. It's not just like painted on there. So that's really cool. And let's see if we can focus. You have Trigicon marks, trademarks on the sights, which is really actually astoundingly nice. And then you can see Nova in there. So that's really nice, and as you can see, it has all the real markings, the US, and it has the QR code Hartford, Connecticut, with a serial number. I don't know if it's unique, but it's probably not. The accurate extended trigger, so it has a longer trigger than the standard 1911. Commander style hammer, beaver tail. So everything's pretty spot on. I'll point out what isn't though, is that the bushing is black along with the recoil spring guide. So they're supposed to be silver. So, but you can replace that if you can find a silver one. I'm trying to find one now. So that's not correct. You may have noticed that on the website. So the retention lanyard hoop is steel. So that's actually a good thing because that's a high stress area if you're using a retention lanyard. The magazine is just a standard MEU style with drop pad. It's not chrome, so that's a shame. It's compatible with KJW and Marui parts and magazines. So honestly, this Bell magazine kind of sucks. I gassed it up and I'm getting about, at the most, 12 shots on a full charge of propane out of it. So it's not the gun's problem. I'm relatively sure the mag just kind of sucks because Bell isn't the best brand, to be honest. So this gun performs all right. I would say that it's really no better than a stock WE 1911. Oh yeah, and you also get this little thing that just kind of sits in the barrel and you can take it out. It's not glued in or anything, so that's great because that would just ruin it. It's on par with performances with the stock WE 1911 or a KJW. Maybe KJW performs a little bit better. But like I said, it's KJW Marui compatible, so you can completely overhaul the internals, which I'm going to do, because actually when I got it, I don't know if this was just a lemon or something, but the nozzle was cracked. So I was pretty upset with that because I was getting like 4 or 5 shots before my gas had run out entirely out of one mag. So I looked in the nozzle and it was pretty broke, so it's actually a great thing that they send you an extra one. So overall, I shot a few mags through it and I was getting about 10 to 12 shots out, which is fine for now. Until I get more magazines, I'm going to be buying the KJW magazines, the chrome ones, 2 or 3 more. The gun performs alright, like I said. The good thing is I can replace the inner barrel bucking. I'm going to replace that, the nozzle. So I recommend if you buy this gun, that you do be mindful that the nozzle isn't really that great. The performances are okay. However, the aesthetics are actually really impressive. These are aesthetics that you wouldn't, I mean, this Colt USMC with the 3 stars is engraved. So I'm actually really impressed with how much attention and detail went into this gun, besides the insulting barrel bushing and recoil spring guide rod, or yeah, I'm pretty insulted that they're black, but I know that that may not have been just an oversight, that may be just like a manufacturing issue, so that's a shame. But and the G10 grips, the random ones, you may get some that suck like mine, and you may get a decent one, so it's kind of just the luck of the draw, which is a shame. But overall, it's a pretty decent gun. I would say if you're going to buy this, plan on buying some upgrade parts for it. I don't know how often most of you use your sidearm. Mine is pretty much a last resort, so really not that much upgrades is going to go into this, just enough to make sure it won't break. Because like I said, out of the box, the nozzle was broken, so I don't really know why that was like that. So I'm hoping it won't happen again, but like I said, the performances were pretty decent, like a stock WE or KJW 1911. Shipping and everything was from JK Army was great, so don't be nervous about buying from them. You get this really nice hard case with it, and overall, aesthetically, the gun is beautiful. It's something that you do not see a lot of. I didn't even know about this gun until about a month ago, so I really enjoy it. It's a really awesome gun. If you have a MARSOC, MFR, MSOT kit, anything along those lines, this is a fantastic addition to a 2012 kit, because this sidearm was introduced in 2012 to my knowledge. So I would definitely recommend picking one of these up if you want to make sure your MARSOC kit is really on point. And it's just one thing I didn't mention, the weight. is incredible. It really is. It's not pot metal on this. It really isn't. It's not some crap material. This is considerably good build quality. I mean, this is a pretty excellent build quality, and the finish on it is pretty decent as well. So, like I said, aesthetically, I'm very impressed. Performances, I'm not impressed. So, the weight is really incredible on it. It's like holding a real handgun, real 1911. I don't know how much the real one weighs specifically, but if you've held a real 1911, when you pick up one of these, you'll know. It's not quite as heavy as a steel frame 1911, but it's up there with weight. So I would say it's heavier than my Elite Force 1911, a lot heavier, so it feels a lot better in the hand. The grip is pretty decent, even though it doesn't look the greatest. So all in all, I'd give this gun 7 out of 10, honestly. If the aesthetics weren't so great, it would get probably a 5 due to that broken nozzle and the underwhelming performances. So, sorry if this was a little long, but as I said, there's basically nothing out there on this, so I wanted to give you guys a brief overview. I will do some shooting tests, and, you know, in a month's time or so, a couple weeks, I will be updating on how the gun is and how everything's held up. I've checked out the internals, and they all seem pretty decent. So, one odd thing I have noticed just before this video is done, usually with the 1911, you'd have to get back to the half circle here to pop the slide catch out. But with this, you don't have to. You can just pop it right out, and you don't need to do anything, and your slide will come right out. So I'm not really sure why it does that. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, honestly. So, as you can see, internals here. So it does have a better recoil guide system than the Wii 1911. It's not just sitting on this block. It's the Marui KJW system where it's actually retained on this rod here. It slips over, so it won't come flying out when you take the slide off. So, as you can see, pretty standard. But yeah, so that's the Bell M45A1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this helped out anybody. So, see you guys in the next video.